Hey everyone, how are you doing? Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I am going to be conducting an energy reading for the collective. So be advised that this is general, it's timeless, and you need to just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. So for this particular message that I was receiving for the collective, I saw a sort of vision of somebody walking across a bridge. So on, say, the left-hand side of the bridge was full of darkness, chaos and stuff like that. And then where they were heading to was a scene of, utopia, clean air, beautiful homes, buildings, very almost like futuristic. So I was getting this feeling of like the bridge, as we always know, sort of like crossing over that bridge to hit the other side, from reaching one phase in your life into the next, or one dimension into the next, which is all to do with the shift in your consciousness. And the message that was coming through quite strong, in addition to that vision, was that you are welcome here and you are safe. And it was just a feeling of like reassurance finally, that you're heading somewhere where, you're going to be all right. Now, this can be either you physically moving somewhere, or this can be you just literally just shifting your state of awareness and how you see life in general. All right. So, without further ado, let's get stuck into this reading. So, first card that pops out is the Death card. So there's definitely a feeling of coming out through a massive transformation, whether or not this was something that you actually instigated yourself, or you found yourself in a situation where you had no choice but to change. And I do feel it's more to do with like the soul just calling you out from one situation into the next, because it's time to experience something else. It's like this Death Star giving life to like a new star sort of thing. All right, so I also see this, like the way how this card is almost giving me like, that you may have actually got some people with you on this journey that you know personally, or this can even be, dark to light. It's time. Sorry, I lost my train of thought because what I was, seeing here with this dark to light, this Wheel of Fortune is almost acting like the bridge here. What I was going to say actually was about these three people. So it was sitting down witnessing this event, and I am getting like this can be either seen as people that are on the other side, like in this area here, in this new beginning, that's kind of witnessing this happening, and they're the ones that will be greeting you at the other side. But this is really important, and we've got 3 major arcanas already, so this is a very, very, very important time in your life. Whether you instigated this or not, I don't feel that you have much choice now but to keep moving forward, because you know what, there is no way back. There is no way back. Yeah, you have to keep on taking action, whether you like it or not, really. But from what I can see now, again, it depends on who is watching this, and it depends on the situation. This can be either a smooth, and we all would like that, a smooth transition from one scene to the next, or this is going to be something that will be quite intense in terms of, just like physically just being able to move, okay? The next card that we've got But I was hearing it also like separate and celebrate. So this is something that, you know, it's going to be good at the end of the day. You've got to have faith. You've really got to have faith. You can't really lose hope at this moment. Yeah, as I was saying, it might be a little bit on the turbulent side, but I feel that this is a time now where when you come out from the situation, you will then need to start really working on your healing even more, or like, you know, like to kind of like settle yourself in to your new surroundings. Underneath the bottom of the deck, we've got the Hanged Man in the reverse. So I do feel that this is a time now where you were coming out from a situation where it had you feeling, you know, quite stuck on in certain aspects, but this was also a time of when you needed to prepare yourself to get ready for this spiritual journey here. So let's have a look a little bit more as to what was being left behind, what was happening here. Tell me about the Death card, please. It just came to the end. It just became too much. Seriously feel that you just cut your losses and walked away. And you can see like this little bridge in the background. And I feel that you knew that it was time. Kind of had this deep knowing that enough is enough. You know that you deserve better. And what I was saying as well about you are safe. You are welcome here. You are safe. Maybe where you were before was not safe. Okay. And you needed to get away. Tell me about the Wheel of Fortune, please. The Wheel of Fortune is, we've got the World card, we've got a couple of cards underneath there that I was going to put away, but it's like you need, it goes with the World card. It just goes with it. All right. So we've got this feeling of really being stripped bare. You may have literally had to leave somewhere with the clothes in your bag. This may have been quite sudden, but you needed to get away. And the next card that we've got is the Two of Pentacles with the 10 of Wands in the right position. Yeah, you left something that was quite hard, quite difficult to get away from. As much as I was saying that, you know, sometimes we would always, you know, all of us would like to have a smooth transition out from a situation. Whenever it comes to leaving something that, you know, has been quite intense, there's always that struggle to get away. It's always got some kind of delay, something's going on, or you've got to pay out more money, or whatever the case may be. And it's just so difficult. Why? You know? But you needed clarity, you needed to take action. You knew that it was time to cut cords, cut connections, separate and celebrate. Tell me about the King of Cups. Yeah, definitely taking action towards, you know, no longer being in a stuck position. This took a lot of courage. This took a lot of courage for you to do this, you know. And I feel that you may have had even people looking on the sideline, witnessing this unfolding and thinking, how the hell does she do this? How is she able to get away with hardly anything in her possession or any kind of, you know, finances to back it up, but she's still moved? What the hell? Okay, so you might have people really scratching their heads over you. Temperance card being in the reverse. You had to disrupt your flow, your peace, in order to get away. Yeah, you had to come out from something, and it may have been, you know, like sometimes your ego might have been trying to hold you back, trying to give you doubts, trying to put those doubts in your head, like, are you sure you know what you're doing, and this and the other, and, you know, you don't know what's out there. So those doubts would have been sort of like, again, those unwanted thoughts that would have needed to be sort of like looked into and transmuted so that you would be able to, you know, to be able to have this courage within you to leave. And we've got the Sun card in that right position. So there has been some form of success in this area here. Let's move on to the Oracle cards. And as I pulled the deck out, I wasn't really going to use this deck, but something drew me to the cards. And when I took it out, I saw this, the Rainbow Bridge, and I found that to be quite interesting. So I'm going to take that. We've got the sudden change, power, energy. So as I said, this could have been sudden. As I said, you might have had no choice but to leave with the clothes on your back or hardly wearing any clothes, you know, something to where you needed to get away. You needed to, we've got hidden inner exploration, hidden treasures, and we've got the majestic, overcoming challenges and resilience. You might have actually had to sort of hide yourself away, like in this kind of hermit mode, in order to really sort of like prepare for this major, you know, sort of overcoming major challenge. Overcoming this challenge would have been, you would have had to have the heart of a lion to get out from this, and you know, hence why the King of Wands is here in this lion energy, you know, these cards. And we've got growth, strength, and connection to nature. So again, with this growth, with this strength, some of you definitely, or if not the majority of you, would feel really drawn to being outside in nature. Maybe you were moving away from the city and you're moving towards somewhere where there's like more greenery around you, more, you know, panoramic landscapes for you to look at and take pictures of, or if you like to draw, you know, challenge yourself to draw the scenery that's unfolding before you. The card underneath the bottom of the deck is the golden apple, reward, temptation, and knowledge. So your ego would have been tempting you, because that's what ego does, you know, sometimes to really, whenever we want this change, it kind of like tempts us back into like backing down. But the reward is that you made it, and the knowledge is that you know who you are. You wasn't going to be tempted back into fear, because that's no longer an option. You sacrificed a lot in order to get to where you are today. And this is sort of like now the time for you to kind of process everything, reintegrate yourself, recalibrate, and then celebrate. Get out there and celebrate your new life. All right, so this is what I've got. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys on the other side. Take care.